Okay, I'll take it. Mid-1500s is perfectly fine. Dondozo is not. Okay. Right, I've had a think. And I feel like lead Tatsugiri, Terror Blast immediately is not too bad. I don't bring Dondozo. So the new theory is Volcarona and Tatsugiri. And then if they Brave Bird, I theoretically live unless they're Lightfall. And then I can Tailwind, and their Gale Winds is broken. Or we match Tailwinds. Their Make It Rain does nothing. This is assuming it's a Golden Go lead. And then it's not going to be. And then hopefully I can do something with the other Pokemon in the back. Which I probably can't, but I will try. So this is the kind of team that I am much weaker against. But just purely because I am not leftovers on Dondozo. Which they might not be either, but you just have to go for it. Yeah, it's definitely Baxcalibur. And yeah, let's go Golden Go. But like, I haven't figured this out yet. Like, I am fully expecting to lose because I still haven't figured out this matchup. That's not a Ghoul Trainer card. Oh, it's Dragonite, okay. Bit annoying, but there we go. So they can only KO my Tatsugiri. If they Brave Bird and Extreme Speed, that's not too bad. Which is better to deal with, the Dragonite or the Talonflame, because I can KO both and I'm locked into that one. Dragonite is much more likely to Terra. I'm going to Muddy Water and Tailwind. They do just Tailwind. Only an Outrage can get my Tatsugiri, and it would be a 50-50 if it hits the Tatsugiri. But it's just an Earthquake. That's decent. That's decent. It's definitely banded. Match Tailwind. Hit Muddy Water, break Gale Wings. I say break Gale Wings. Oko. But, you know. Okay. That's pretty reasonable. Still doesn't seem ideal, but... no, it's not reasonable at all, because they bring in Dondozo, they go into Tatsugiri, and then they just Earthquake, and they still double KO. So it still doesn't work. Them going for Earthquake was not ideal, because if they only hit one of the Pokemon, I'd have still been at full health and could have survived with the other one. I'd have probably had to Terra Dark the Volcarona to be able to survive. Oh, but yes, okay, they had the same logic as me as you can't bring Dondozo. Cool, I'll take it. So, my Volcarona outspeeds both Pokemon here. I can Will-O-Wisp the Dragonite. They can't safely Earthquake themselves. They either have to switch the Dragonite, because they are definitely banded based on that damage. They either have to Terra the Glamora, or they have to switch the Dragonite. So... I will... what did I have in the back? Golden Go and Baxcalibur. So Will-O-Wisp would be alright. I will Will-O-Wisp the Dragonite, I think. I'm thinking about overheating the Glamora on a Terra, which is going to happen. They have to. But if I do that, they still get a double KO. No, it would have just been better to go for the Glamora, because yeah, that was happening. And now my Baxcalibur gets poisoned. So yeah, I do connect. So they only KO one Pokemon here. I get my Muddy Water off at least. Just Mortal Spin, okay. That's not bad. EQ probably won't get me now. Yeah, it won't. And Tatsugiri survives the poison, I believe. Okay, fair enough. Doesn't particularly matter. It would have just been nice to get an accuracy drop. No. But... okay. Now this has surely got to be a Spiky Shield on the Glamora, right? What was their final Pokemon? It's Golden Go, isn't it? So... there's nothing wrong with them just going for a Spiky Shield and a Earthquake. But then they might still be just Assault Vest, like the regular one, if they have Morphin Spin. So they probably still should overheat. Like, I don't want to switch either Pokemon into the Earthquake. Oh, yes, cool, they're Assault Vest. That's good. Because that's KO. And they've used their Terra now, so I can safely just Ice Shard KO the Dragonite if I want. But I don't think I want to. They're locked into Earthquake against with their own Golden Go. Oh, but if they have Tatsugiri in the back. Tatsugiri would be the worst case here. Because this is a double KO for them. Tatsugiri would be worst case. Would it, actually? Because I can just double protect, see what they lock into, and also they Earthquake themselves a little bit. No, Tatsugiri would be fine, because I can just Ice Shard snipe the Dragonite whenever I want. It's definitely not Dondozo. If it is, that's just easy. Yeah, it is their Golden Go. Now, I do have a 95% chance to win the game. Surely I bank on that, right? Because I have my Terra High Horsepower into the Golden Go. That's got to be right. Yeah, I'll just go for it. If they protect, it's fine, because I'll still just be able to go for the same thing. So I know that they are bandits. They are just going for EQ. If they protect an EQ, oh no. Doesn't particularly matter. Just hit the high horsepower, and I'm sorted. Thank you very much, Excalibur. Okay, cool. Because they had the same logic of, like, Dondozo versus Dondozo is bad. So, I am grateful that they did not go with the Tatsugiri Dondozo. Because the game is completely locked now. I say that because they're basically gone. But Burned EQ will not be able to OHKO either Pokemon. Like so. And I can literally do whatever I want on this turn and I win. Because the burn will get them, but... let's just Ice Shard, let's just make it rain again. Cool. Given that that's a matchup I want to face as little as possible, I am content with a victory. That is good. Like, this is a decent 1600 now. Like, 1629, that's not bad. That's, like, if that's actual placing, because there's no Asian players to remove, then that is almost, like, one more win. That's not a bad rating to face. One more win would be at least 50 championship points, which is pretty reasonable. Right, Vivian. With Talonflame as well, so they can Tailwind. Okay, I'm still going to stick with my initial logic of when I see a Talonflame, I'll just go Baxcalibur, because I will believe Rush sacrifice Baxcalibur to get rid of Will-O-Wisp stuff. I am bringing Dondozo, and then what's the partner of Baxcalibur? I think it will be Volcarona. They lead with Vivian, then I would have preferred to lead with Golden Go, but oh well. As far as I can see, this is fine. Because Baxcalibur always forces a Garchomp Terra straight away into something that makes it worse against Dondozo. So, and then if I Ice Shard it, then that tiny bit of chip into now a not very effective hit is enough to put it in range. That's a cool trainer card. Is enough to put it in range of +2 Earthquake for sure. So. It was Vivian and Garchomp. Hold on. Hold on. Vivian is 91 base speed, isn't it? Or is it 89? It's 89, isn't it? Hold on. Vivian. Oh, it's 89. Nice. Okay, I do outspeed. So that means that... If I Tailwind, I accept a Sleep Powder. And I shot the Vivian. And Struggle Bug would stop a sleep. Tailwind would be beneficial in the future. I will Tailwind. Oh. I hope that's on their end. I mean, yeah, like I said, they go for the defensive terror, but that works for me. But we're not going to see what happens. So I'm hoping that's on their end. It is always frustrating if it happens to you. My internet's very good. It theoretically should not be on my end. My internet is incredibly good. He says, as it is his internet. No. Okay, cool. So that theoretically is my win. We will see afterwards. That is my win. Yes, because I went up in rank. Okay, I'll take it. Those are always frustrating. Like, yeah, always annoying, but, you know, I'll take it. That's reasonable. That is also reasonable. Alright. Having to play around a Zoroark. Okay. Should be able to go back Excalibur Volcarona safely. If they lead with Sneasler, then I might need to Terra my back Excalibur so it can't be KO'd to a close combat. And I do want to bring Dondozo to this. This looks like it would be potentially tricky, just depending on the leads. If I can save my Terra to go for Terra Steel when the fighting types are dealt with, then I don't see how they break Dondozo. So I will attempt to save it, and then I'm going to immediately Terra on turn 1 because I have to in the face of a Sneasler. But do I have to? I can just protect and Tailwind, right? They lead with Sneasler, I can just protect and Tailwind. There's nothing wrong with that. Apart from a Specs Hyper Voice from actually a Zoroark and a Diaclaw for the KO, because that combination would KO. But at least I will burn the Sneasler, right? That's an alright trainer card. I'm not the biggest fan of Squawkabilly. Okay. So I wonder if this is them trying to Bullet Seed themselves. So I feel like I want to focus around the Annihilate Police with the Glaive Rush. Do I double up with Overheat? Do I go for Will-O-Wisp because they could Terra Fire? Do I just put the Rillaboom in range? Like, I could burn the Rillaboom, almost certainly. I shall Overheat the Rillaboom. I think splitting the damage here is reasonable. Best case is they fake out the Volcarona. Here's the Terra Fire, so that they are resisting the Bullet Seed. But Glaive Rush is a strong move. That's not Terra Fire, that's Terra Normal. That's the Zoroark. Okay, so still fake out the Volcarona. Nice. Only Hyper Beam would Oko something. That's nice. Yep, Hyper Voice is not KOing either Pokemon. Even with Specs. Like so. This is a KO onto the Zoroark, unless they're Sash. And they might be Sash based on that damage, but then I can just Ice Shard them. They were Sash. I am perfectly happy with that. Because this is a pretty straightforward Tailwind and Ice Shard, right? Because I don't need to snipe the Rillaboom just yet. And this covers for Protect on the Zoroark and random Drain Punch KO into the back Excalibur. Yeah, I think that is pretty reasonable. And those are a couple of good counters to the Dondozo basically dealt with already. So I'm content with this. Like, if they U-turn, you know, it's fine. I could have KO'd them. Like, this could have been a double KO because they didn't protect, but this allows me to outspeed Sneasler with all my Pokemon, unless they activate an Unburden, which they very much could do with just a Grassy Seed. That's alright. That's not a U-turn. That's pathetic. So this is good. It's a good thing there weren't specs on the Zoroark, because that might have got me. But yeah, there is the Sneasler. I am assuming this is Grassy Seed. It is. So actually, they do still outspeed both Pokemon. But I can go for... Glaive Rush is 100% accurate. High Horsepower is stronger. They can't Terror anymore. Volcarona might live a Diaclaw. It will be close if a Volcarona lives a Diaclaw. But it's probably worth just sniping the Rillaboom, because they could easily KO the Glaxcalibur with the Sneasler. So I will attempt to snipe the Rillaboom. I will attempt to Will-O-Wisp the Sneasler. Rillaboom's gone. Dondozo is quite freed up, because I've saved the Terror for Steel, and that's good against the Sneasler, because then they can't Diaclaw me at all and can't get a random status to save the game. But we're clutch, and we live, but apparently not. I did say it would be close. Like, that was definitely close. But I think they are quite offensive on the Sneasler based on that. I shall Dondozo. Oh, they have Annihilate in the back, because we know that for sure because of Zoroark. So this should be basically guaranteed as far as I can see outside of a critical hit close combat, because I will go for a Terra Steel, even in the face of two fighting types, so that I don't get statused. And I will... Heavy Slam is going to be... I've got the damage calculator up just so I can see the Heavy Slam stuff. And it is going to be... Yes, it's 120 base power. So yeah, for sure, I go for Tatsugiri Switch. I go for Terra Steel Heavy Slam. He is going to be a KO into this definitely not Sash Caesar. We've seen it, it's Grassy Seed. It will bypass the Grassy Seed defense boost, and it will OHKO. And the only way back in the game for them would have been a Diaclaw Poison or Paralysis. Not Poison, Sleep or Paralysis. But I am not letting them get that opportunity. I'm willing to be hit super effectively. And obviously I haven't hit the Annihilate at all, so its Rage Fist is not active yet. Let's just see. Against Annihilate, Heavy Slam is... Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be very good. It's 80 base power against an Annihilate, so reasonable, but I should still Wave Crash. Yeah, so as far as I can see, only close combat critical hit would save them, but surely they got to Diaclaw to try and save themselves, right? Perfect logic. Good. And the game should be locked. Because that was definitely a KO. And, like, bulk ups don't save them. Yeah, there's close combat, and that needs to be into the Dondozo to have any kind of chance, but there we go. So I will Wave Crash. And yes, battle is over. This is an actual kind of climb at the moment. What's going on? GCs don't normally go well. What's happening right now? This is like mid-1600s. After, like, not too many games, like more than I would want, but still. Like normally, after this many games, I'm still around the 1500s, like low 1500s, just because the GC always goes wrong. But yeah, mid 1600s, top 100 at the moment. That's all right. That would currently be, if things stayed as they are, 65 championship points, and I'm against the 1600s guy. That's decent. Ooh, okay. That looks like it might be tricky. My Terra Steel Dondozo is very good here. I'm thinking I might maybe go for it immediately. Seems like it would be reasonable. But because it's so good, I don't want to throw it away on a lead and then lose it to annoying stuff. Like if they position and get a fake out in a haze. Volcarona is reasonable here. I think I'm going to leave Volcarona and Dondozo. And like I said, I'm going to try and Dondozo immediately. And then the last Pokemon... It should be Golden Go. So I do need a little bit... Like, I've realized that, yes, I can beat the Primarina with a Terra Steel Heavy Slam or a Terra Electric Terra Blast, but actually all my other Pokemon... Like, Gamora's alright against it, but the other Pokemon are not good against Primarina. That is a cool training card. Double Dragon first. So, am I still content to just Dondozo straight away? I think that would be reasonable. But, what attack do I go for? Order up into the Dragonite? For not a KO unless they are more, unless they're in a focus, which, you know, most are, but maybe not at this point. Yeah, because if there's a Primarine switch, I just then Terra Steel Heavy Slam. Which I think I'm going to be Terra Stealing anyway, so I will just immediately Terra Steel so that if there's a random Power Herb Electro Shot, it's not doing much at all. But I'm not scared of this Dragonite, and I'm not scared of the Archaludon, so I think I'm perfectly fine to just go for Order Up in this case. They can still be switching into a Primarina, but then if they do, I just Heavy Slam them. Ideally, they are in a focus on the Dragonite and do not Terra. I've just realised as well, this is technically the 4th game in the episode, isn't it? Because I had a DC, so in my head this was still like the 3rd game. But, oh well, I guess next episode is going to be 2 games. That's a very good start. That was multi-scale, so that's alright. Yeah, there is the power of Electro Shot, but this is really not doing much at all. Like, this is going to be pathetic. Watch this. Oh, it's even more pathetic. That's very good. Right, so against Dragonite. Dragonite's pretty chunky, isn't it? So it's gonna take not much from Heavy Slam. Yeah, it's 40 base power with Heavy Slam. So, like, I would like to go for that to cover for the Primarine switch in immediately, but I don't think I need to. Like, both Pokemon here are kind of useless. So I will just order up the Archaludon, because that's the switch into the Primarina. Cool. If it's Rillaboom, then that's right. But yeah, if it's Primarina, like... Yes, I could have Heavy Slammed, and I did say I wanted to, but I will just simply Heavy Slam next turn instead. Because I didn't KO the Archaludon, like, on purpose, I didn't want to. AV Dondozo is actually legit. Like, seriously. If they Terra the Primarina, then fair enough, but I've chunked their team so much that if they Terra to survive and also Haze, like, they need to Terra Steel to survive, and I could just be Earthquaking here, so surely not. Like, you never Terra your Primarina. They would only Terra the Primarina if they work out that because I am Terra Steel, I might have Heavy Slam. That is the only way to KO. But Rillaboom and Protect would be the way around this, wouldn't it? Rillaboom and Protect into Fake Out Haze is entirely reasonable from them. And I should have covered for that. Like so. Yeah, good play, good play. But I've still done so much damage to the team that I'm not too concerned. I'm going to be able to two-shot this Primarina. Like, they've got basically no damage into my Dondozo, even after I lose the commander boosts. So I'll still attempt to Heavy Slam. I won't, because they'll Fake Out and Haze. So they position well enough, but I have chunked the entire team a lot. And they're still threatening not much damage. Like, the Rillaboom's not doing anything to a Terra Steel. Hyper Voice doesn't do much at all to my Assault Vest. Like, I still think my Dondozo might just solo this even without the boosts. Because what can they even do? They need to have high horsepower on the Rillaboom. They just have Woodhammer. This is still not doing much. That was reasonable. Reasonable. And like, well, actually, yeah, no, they'll chunk me more than I'm thinking of because I still have the commander boosts in my head. But yeah, like, you know, that's a 2-shot with both of those moves. But it might not quite be. Look at that. Basically everything's in the yellow. Okay, Citrus Berry is worst case for me, but because that's not going to quite be in range of Make It Rain. So I brought Golden Go, didn't I? I'm pretty sure. That's going to be close if that's going to survive. But I will still attempt to Heavy Slam the Primarina. I need to make sure, yeah, obviously that was going to protect. I say obviously, so I should have attacked the Rillaboom, because this is just chipping so that then they can KO with Hyper Voice. But I just need it in range of Make It Rain, and Golden Go should sweep. Because they will be able to get the KO here, which is fair enough. Like, they position well enough. And I haven't been making any kind of predictions, which I definitely could have been. Maybe me being too overconfident in this. Ooh. Interesting. They don't choose to KO the Dondozo here. Like, yes, they get a stamina boost, but I don't particularly care. I reckon they're... does Body Press get my Dondozo? It won't after the Grassy Terrain recovery. Like, I reckon they're trying to position it so that they OHKO the Dondozo and then can Moonblast the... Tatsugiri. But as far as I can see, my Baxcalibur and my Golden Go will just sweep in this endgame. If I just get any kind of damage into that Primarina now. Like, again, like, I'm still not going to protect anything. If they protect and Body Press so that they can Body Press and Moonblast, that's fine. As far as I can see, I just click Nasty Plot at some point, and then Golden Go just clicks Make It Rain twice and wins. And if I get damage into the Primarina, I don't even need to Nasty Plot. Yeah, that's fine. And again, I could have been making predictions here, but I don't feel like I need to, because I am still just slowly recovering. To be fair, they are also slowly recovering with their Primarina. Now, will this Hyper Voice into the... Okay, so I think they positioned it now so that they can go for Woodhammer KO. Yeah. Yeah, they should be able to go for Woodhammer KO into Moonblast KO into the Tatsugiri. But then what I can do is I can protect Baxcalibur and Nasty Plot, and then I sweep. So yeah, they played this endgame pretty well. But I still, like, I didn't feel the need for any predictions, because as far as I can see, I'm still incredibly comfortable. Don't think... Oh, wait. I'm a Volcarona. What am I doing? I'm not a Baxcalibur. I had it in my head the entire time that I was a Baxcalibur. But this is perfectly fine as well, because I can go for Struggle Bug and Nasty Plot instead. And then they can't KO either Pokemon. So, Struggle Bug and Nasty Plot. And then the Golden Go will sweep here instead. That is perfectly fine. That means I'm not taking a Hyper Voice this turn. And I'm debating if I can afford to go for a second Nasty Plot. I think I can, unless they go to Dragonite. And then I will just straight up make it rain, because Banded Stomping Tantrum, as far as I can see, is the only real way back into the game. Because our Chaludon's now got to be in range of Make It Rain, because it's not Assault Vest. Yeah, it's just Dragonite, so I am just going to go for Make It Rain. Do I Tailwind to guarantee I'm faster than a Dragonite? Because Struggle Bug is definitely optimal if Golden Go is faster. Banded Stomping Tantrum won't get me. I'm a bulky Golden Go, so I would live. So I will just make it rain. And Struggle Bug. Here goes. This normal extreme speed to try and snipe me. Oh, the Terra Steel and the Primarina. Yeah, forgot about that. Whoops. That should have definitely been Overheat then. But they're being Struggle Bug down, so it's not too much of a concern. Although extreme speed into -1 Hyper Voice will get me. So... Yeah, I haven't been playing this endgame very well at all, have I? If I'd have made even one prediction, then I would have just straight up won. That's still way too much to the Primarina, right? So I reckon that's in range of... What? I reckon? What am I talking about? My damage intuition is great. That is in range of +1 Shadow Ball. Which do I even need to go for? Primarina's not a threat now that it's -1. I might Haze here. No, 2 Make It Rains KOs both of these Pokemon, so I will just Make It Rain. And it might KO the Primarina straight up now. It does, okay. So I think that was the correct play. And then Woodhammer will chunk me, but it won't KO themselves, will it? Yeah, that's a chunk, but there's nothing that Archaludon has that... if they outspeed me with the Archaludon, that's the only real thing now, isn't it? So I do still need to Make It Rain. And Make It Rain is a -1 Shadow Ball should get the Archaludon. Oh, it definitely does. Yeah. And then... Yeah, we'll just see who's faster. But they've got Electro Shot. It's surely Flash Cannon and Draco, and that won't be able to KO the Golden Go, right? With Grassy Terrain helping me, it shouldn't be able to KO. Like, it might be optimal there to protect. Because, yeah, they're Grassy Gliding. Draco won't get the Golden Go, right? They are faster. And they did get me. Wow. Yeah, okay. So I completely threw that game then. Multiple times. Because any prediction at any point would have won. If I'd have overheated the Primarina, I think is the big one. But yeah, that was a game I did throw away.